Yeah, first thing I just say is, man, God is good. Just super happy for Dr. Williams, the administration at the University of Virginia, our football players, our staff. It's been a special year. It's been a fun group to coach. They believed when everyone around them told them not to. A lot of folks said that they weren't good enough to get to this point. But what they learned is it's always about being inside out. It's never about what people say on the outside. It's all about what you believe. And it's so awesome to see when young people decide and believe, and they're unselfish, and they just play to a standard. They play for each other. So it's been a fun team to coach, and just super excited we were able to finish the season with a win versus a really good football team. Missouri is a really good football team. Coach Drinkwitz has done an outstanding job of building that program. He's somebody that I look to in this profession for what he's been able to do. So it was fun to compete against his team, and man, that was a close, hard-fought game that could have went either way. But just grateful for the ball that bounced our way.
All right, we'll open up for questions. Start right here.
Coach, in their previous 56 games, Missouri has been held to 10 points or fewer just 3 times, including tonight. What did you see from your defense tonight? You know,
after the opening drive, I felt like they were in good position for most of the night. On the opening drive, we didn't wrap up, and we let a couple plays get extended. But after that, they were able to settle in and rally to the ball, started to gang tackle, to eliminate some of those extra yards. What you saw from Missouri coming in is, man, their backs are really good, and they can fall forward or break the initial tackle that leads to situations where now they're in short yardage, where I thought we did a good job of being able to down the ball carrier. And then I think complimentary football from the offense with that 10-minute drive there in the third quarter that only allowed for 6 offensive plays for Missouri in the third quarter. But I thought they flew around. They knew the game plan. They knew they would have to stop the run, found a way to be able to do that, and then get them to third down, and then do what they've been doing all year, one of the best third down defenses in the country.
Great. Here in the blue.
Yeah, Greg Medea, Daily Progress. I was going to ask you about that 19-play drive to start the second half. What's going through your mind as you're watching it transpire, and what was your, I guess, decisions what was behind your decisions to go for it on fourth down a couple of times?
So what I'm thinking is, thank you for bailing me out. I'm like, hey boys, y'all got to convert right here because we're being aggressive. But you know, you're trying to juggle the feel of the game, the analytics, what's been going on. Knew that that's an offense on the other sideline that could get going at any time, that can rip off big runs for touchdowns and find big plays in the passing game. So wanted to try and shorten the game a little bit where we could and see could we possess the ball. And then once you started to get into the drive and you saw the temperament and the demeanor of the guys on offense, it's like, man, I wasn't going to take the ball out of their hands. They were into it. They wanted to go for it on those situations, and so, and plus it was, you know, it was right there in the beginning of the second half where you're going to be a little bit more aggressive to kind of see where we are on offense and defense, and so it was really more a field thing, but then also the analytics suggested that we needed to go for some of those fourth downs.
Got it. Back here.
Jeff White, VirginiaSports.com. You talk a lot about having a next man up mentality. It was more like next men up tonight. You had a number of guys out for various reasons. How did that affect the way you prepared for this game, and what about the contributions of guys like Zay Davis and, you know, even Eli Wood, who had much bigger roles tonight than?
Right. So when you're playing a team like Missouri with what they have at all positions, really that's what you're preparing for. And so you're not as much preparing for what personnel maybe you have. It's what schemes give you the best chance to find numbers and angles to be successful versus the opponent. And then just trusting that the guys are going to have that mentality. And I think that they learned throughout the course of the season the importance of that. And Eli's been the glue for that wide receiver room. He's played every position for us, and you can't get rid of him. Like, he's going to keep finding a way to get himself on the field, and made some huge plays for us. And man, proud of Zay Davis. You know, a guy that hadn't seen much action, and now you're thrown into a playoff caliber game and getting your first real carries in significant minutes. And there were other guys too that stepped up all throughout the team. But to get to where we want to go as a program, to be able to play in games like this, be able to win games like this, it's all about the next man up. You're talking about 14 games. That's a long season, right? And the next step for us is to continue to play longer than that. right? So it's all about your depth. And so kudos to the coaching staff for having those guys ready, finding the right schemes to give us a chance. And then at the end of the day, I told the guys that what it was going to come down to was really the will to win. You know, in a game like this, scheme is important, field position is important, ball security is important, but at the end of the day, it's going to come down to a will to win. And I think that's what you saw from our guys.
All right, just real quick, we've added Chandler Morris and Eli Wood. Thanks for joining us right here in front.
Jack Frenchuli for Wahoo's 24/7. You talked a little bit about the younger players too, like Zay Davis, but the foundation you guys brought, some of those guys made some crucial stops, like Devin Neal, Antonio Clary as well. What have they meant to this program, those leaders like that?
Yeah, this team is special, right? This team is special because the makeup is different, right? So you got some forefathers like a Clary, like a Ja, like a Josie, like a James Jackson, and then you got guys like Eli that have been around from the beginning, and then you got Chandler who just came in this year, and Devin Neal came in this year, and really what they've been able to do is phenomenal. You take guys from totally different backgrounds, different university, different experiences, coming to Virginia, and then everybody putting their own personal goals and agendas to the side to commit to the team and the overall mission of the team. So it's really, really special. And we've gotten contributions from all those guys. Guys that were here from the beginning, guys that we recruited, you know, back when probably it wasn't the most sexy thing to come to Virginia, right, to some of the guys that we brought in this past couple portal cycles this year. So it's been really, really refreshing for me just to realize in a landscape where there's so many narratives that at the end of the day, these are young people, right, that want to win football games. And if you can get them to just focus on that and focus on each other and be a team, then you can have a special season like this year.
Here in the front row.
Coach, in a big moment of the game, you called on your quarterback to punt, and you pinned him on the 2-yard line. What went into that call, and what was your reaction on the sideline?
Well, he called that one since Monday, I think. That was the first thing. That was one of the first things he said in the team meeting, like, hey, we're going to have to be ready. And he goes, Chandler, what do we got to be ready for? And I'm like, whiskey pressure, I think. And he's like, New York punt. And that's kind of funny how it played out.
So really, that's something that we practice every week, never knowing when you're going to have to execute it. And so really, for 15 weeks we've been practicing, and we have a lot of competition on Thursdays in practice with that particular play. But looking at it where we were, and it was kind of like, okay, here's what the analytics say. If we're if it's a little bit less yardage to go, we'll probably go for it. But it was a 4th and 10 right there in that field zone. Didn't want to tip off that we were going to pooch punt it, and so we said, hey, let's try and go make a play. And man, how about these two? The 1-yard line, like that was huge, and that's what I was telling them all week. And in games like this in the postseason, one possession, right, and that really right there was a possession that we were able to essentially steal from the other team because we pinned them at the 1-yard line.
Clayton.
Clayton Freeman, Florida Times Union. For Chandler, you've played a lot of drives over the years. How many times can you remember a 19-play, 10-minute drive that you've been on at any level?
No, that one's definitely my first. That was out in the Florida heat, I guess. We haven't been too used to it too, but we got in the huddle a little bit, and I could see the big guys up front were a little gassed, just trying to encourage them, to go finish drives and everything like that. And that was a huge drive in the game. I mean, 10 minutes right after halftime, and to be able to go out there and really take over the line of scrimmage and punch in the end zone, because putting 7 points on the board that drive was really big to get us up in the lead.
Yeah, Preston Boyle with thesaber.com. Tony, this program hasn't ended the season with a win since 2018. What kind of momentum does this give you all going into the offseason, which has already begun, really?
Yeah, it's a lot of momentum. And I told the guys, I said, man, there's a couple of things I've been waiting to tell y'all. And I said, I got some good news and some bad news for you. Good news is welcome to the 11-win club. Bad news is the season starts today. All right, so we're already starting to work on, and that's the reality, right, of where we're trying to evolve to as a program, is that it's always about what's next. It's It's always about the process, but I think this will give us, some momentum going into the off season from a recruiting standpoint, and then also, hopefully from a retention standpoint, get guys to want to come back, and then also maybe, shed some light nationally as to what we're building here in Charlottesville.
You want to hand your mic to this gentleman next to you? Hold on 1 second. Oh, you're good. Hold the mic. Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, Kip Coons, Press Box View. Eli, you've had some breakout games at the end of the season, a lot of passes thrown your way. What has changed in the way you're being utilized? And I have to ask about the pooch punt, too. Had it ever worked that well in practice?
I don't know if we've ever executed it that well in practice, but Chandler just put it right on the one, made my job easy. And, the other question, like when my number's called, I got to step up like everyone else, and just thanks to this guy for trusting me, throwing me the ball. Thanks to the guys up front for protecting. They had a good front today, some big guys. So we knew the wideouts had to win outside, and we were going to get a lot of man coverage. So just doing my job and having this guy trust me to throw me the ball just means the world to me. And I'm just so happy to share this moment with my teammates.
Second row.
Chandler, you were 10 for 10 for 119 yards on third downs tonight. With all four of Eli's catches coming on third down, what was the key for both of y'all? What was working so well in those situations?
I think just watching it on film all week, I think the coaching staff had a really good plan for us third down. I was very confident in it. And then too, the O-line, it's a tough deal to drop back 10 times on third down, and those guys are protecting me, and so they did their job, and which allowed me to go out there and put the ball around my receivers and have them go make plays for me.
I'll just add that, it's fun playing for a quarterback like Chandler because, if you get separation and get open, he's going to put it right in your chest. So just doing your job every play, you're going to get some opportunities. You just got to capitalize on them.
Do we have one last question? We'll do two more questions.
Chandler, I know you haven't had much time to reflect on the season, but when you do look back on it, what will it mean to you to know that you have kind of left the program in a better place and reached a lot of the goals that you set when you came here?
Yeah, no, I think, I guess just for me personally, anytime, that's kind of how I've been raised. Anytime you go somewhere and your whole goal is to leave it better than you found it. So it means the world to me to be able to come to a university that has a ton of passion for their sports teams. And then also, too, I'm just extremely grateful for the opportunity that I got to come to this awesome university and really get to experience it with everyone here. And it starts in the locker room. And this is my favorite team I've ever been a part of. And I'm not just saying that because we won a lot of games this year. It truly was. You go in the locker room, everybody really does love each other. They're really pulling for each other, and it's just great people, which starts with Coach Elliott and his staff and bringing in the right people and everything like that. So it's awesome. I'm so blessed to be in this position.
Gary?
Tony, do you have a name for that formation on that long drive where everybody split out?
Do
you have a name for that formation?
Cardinal? Yeah.
Yeah, we got man. They got a couple.
Cardinal?
Plenty of them.
We got a bunch of them.
Okay.
They all got.
And
I'm trying to think of which one in particular.
The one where you had like.
Oh, the line would move out?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you can say it now. Season's over. Go ahead. You can tell the name. Polecat. We just call it Polecat.
Okay.
You've actually seen it a couple times this postseason. There's been a couple teams that have actually run it.
And everything on it, did that drive kind of encapsulate the things you were trying to do? You're trying to get the ball out of his hand quickly. A lot of different receivers, different rushers, quick hitting stuff. Mm-hmm. Was all that designed to kind of make up for not having Jamari?
I would say it's really to combat that defensive front that they have. That's one of the best defensive fronts, in my opinion, in the country. They got two outstanding pass rushers, and then they can change up the speed with the guys they bring in behind them. They got some huge interior guys. I know that Trotter didn't play, but the rest of their linebacker core can run, and so really it was more to keep them off balance. And then I thought we settled in a little bit and were able to be efficient with the run. And we knew coming in, regardless of who was carrying the ball versus that team, it's I think they're top 10 scoring defense in the country. I think they were top 10 in rush defense. So we knew that running the ball was going to be difficult. So we knew we were going to have to do some things schematically just to try and create some angles and some numbers. But I think in the second half, what we saw is our guys got settled in, and we were able to win some one-on-ones that gave us the opportunity to have more efficiency running the football in the second half.
All right. We've got to wrap it up. Sorry. Coach Elliott, Chandler, Eli, thank you. Congratulations on a great season.
All right, thank you.